tomatoes, coleus, marigolds, strawberries that are still producing. Wandering dude, potato vine, lettuce, more marigolds, lavender, 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 and creeping Jenny, a rogue sunflower that decided to bloom from the planter box. More wandering dude, pansies, lavender, some flower that came from basket stuffers that were extra from Papa's garden, coleus, purple heart, and then Stefan's peppers, and more coleus. Down here, we've got lots of mint, which I've allowed to bolt. And usually, since I harvest them a lot, they don't get to the flowering stage. But this year, just because we've been traveling so much, I let them flower, and voila! Look at all that mint and lemon balm. Some more marigolds, which were from seeds that Stefan collected from last year. Hollyhock that I think was supposed to flower but didn't flower. A boxwood, which we've had, and then an alder tree, which I think self-seeded, because we definitely didn't plant that there. But here it is. Parsnips, which look really lively and green, yet maybe a little bit scraggly. We're not sure yet. Look at all that potato. All that crazy potato. We did our first harvest, which was about 4 kilograms, and excited to harvest the rest over the next while. Stefan's pepper plants, which he's going to harvest eventually and make into his different hot sauces. Random flowers that were either extra basket stuffers from Papa or that we planted. The dianthus self-seeded from last year from a basket we bought for the wedding, and oh my gosh, it's coming back strong. Some coleus that has some beautiful purple flowers here. Some more coleus. And basil, which we're gonna harvest this weekend and make some pesto. All the chamomile that I happily harvest and dry for tea. And then lots and lots of lavender, which I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with yet. Hugo. And that's Hugo, our baby boy. Hugo. Hugo. Yeah, he's such a good boy. Here we have the beautiful pink blooms of the heather in the planter boxes with all the corn and sunflowers and the mess and tangle. So the corn now is giving off silk, and hopefully the tassels up there will pollinate the silk, and then eventually these will become cobs of corn. We'll see how that goes. These are far behind the ones that we have at the house. As well, since the sunflowers and the corn is growing up, the beans are climbing and using them as their trellis. So we've got lots of delicious green beans, as well as snap peas, which I've just been plucking off and eating as snacks because they're so good. And of course the beautiful sunflowers. The squash below, pretty runty. but we'll see if anything comes from that. And then some interesting thing that I don't remember planting, but apparently we did. Lots and lots and lots of more flowers. Geraniums, which came back. We were able to overwinter these after our wedding last year. More of those marigold seeds from Stefan. And then the beautiful sunberries, which have done really, really well. However, these plants are an annual, so they have to start over as a new plant every year, as opposed to other berry trees, or berry bushes that you can have every year, including the blueberry bush here, which has given off new growth, and we were able, as you can see here, to harvest quite a few little berries, and now it's just left because we ate them all. And of course, the thyme, which is really hardy, and I've already cut it up and made a few different thyme patches, both donated and shared. And here the original bush is still happy as can be. Over here, lots and lots of carrots. We don't know actually how big the actual carrots will be, but the greens look healthy, and they've been quite good here in the fabric grow bag that we have. Then over here, another alder tree, which has managed to find its way and plant itself there. And a boxwood, coleus, and some purple heart and hollyhock. More of Stefan's peppers with some random flowers that I like to stuff in. Our chives are getting a little bit unruly right now because I haven't trimmed them. We have back here some sage. And then at the front here, I think some sunberries, which I may have gotten overly excited in planting. This particular chamomile is looking a little sad, probably dried out, but that's okay. It's still producing flowers that I'm picking and saving. Meanwhile, our tomatoes over here, look at that, gorgeous. Look at these beauties. And then a whole bunch of other tomatoes here that we're just waiting to ripen. Oh, it's all looking so beautiful. Ooh, look at this one. This is an heirloom variety that I am so excited to get to. And then down here, a potato vine and some creeping jenny for decoration. And I really love the way they cascade down. I'm not sure what these are. I'll have to look them up. They don't look quite happy though, so maybe they're not getting enough nutrients, or too much water, or too dry, who knows. There's some grass that self-seeded itself here. Considering we're on the rooftop, it amazes me just how much random stuff in the air manages to find its way to our roof and pollinate. And then lastly, my mint. The hanging baskets were an experiment this year. I think we overcrowded them. However, things are growing. We've got some sunberries here. And then way up there are lychee tomatoes, which will hopefully provide a tomato cherry kind of hybrid experience. Over here, I tried to do some cucumbers in the hanging planter, and then they went rogue and ended up trying to climb up the wall here. They look kind of ugly in terms of their formation. However, Stefan cut one up and peeled it, and we had it in salad yesterday, and it was delicious. So I would call it perhaps not a huge win, but enough of a win. And sunberries. They taste okay. They're not as delicious as many other berries that we get here in British Columbia. However, they seem to grow really well here And I've seen online a lot of suggestions for putting them into jam and things like that. So we're starting to freeze them and save them up since they're kind of coming out in smaller batches, and hopefully have some sunberry jam by the end of the season. Here's one sweeping video of everything from the grow bag potatoes to the parsnips to all of the rail planters and the hanging baskets, the wood planters, all of the stuff in containers, more rail planters. It's incredible. Guys, do you like